All right, so here's a quick little video about adding doors and windows into geometry in PyroSim for FDS models. You have a few features here that you can use. If you're making a rectangular room, there's a room tool in which you can just click and drag and make walls. These walls can be changed, their thickness, and you can change the position of the perimeter points to change the alignment of those walls. If you're not making rectangle rooms, then you can just use the wall tool and click around your wall lines in your CAD file or whatever reference geometry that you want to use, and you can make your model this way. One nice thing about this, I usually do it in 2D view so that I can see the floor plan more accurately, and then you can click along and just make whatever shape you need, like this. And then on the last click, instead of coming back and clicking here, you can just right click and close, and that will complete the shape and make it one continuous shape. If you were to right click and say finish, it would have ended the wall over at the last click. So now I have a room, and let's say I want a window in this wall and a door in this wall. So you have the wall hole tool, draw a hole, and what we can do then is just click along basically the length of the wall where we would like the window and the width that we want the window. And I'll finish that. Now I can, I'll move the top up, and I can use the grid on the wall over here on the mesh to figure out like where the top of it should be. And then I can grab the bottom face and do the same thing, pull the bottom up to give me the bottom of the window. So now I have a hole in the wall. If this should be filled, like right now, as it is, it would just be an opening. If I then want, something to fill that, I could come back in with the wall tool and make a hole that's that same size, right? Or make an obstruction that's the same size and fill it in. So to do that, we could do something like this. Let's go to front view, and we will we'll do it in top view first, plan view. So now we know the width. So I'll just go ahead and grab my wall tool and go from here to here. And now notice that it's drawing on the opposite side. If you hit the control key, it toggles the alignment between left, right, and center on the line that you're drawing. So if I flip it this way, it's now in the wall. And then I'll finish right there. And now if I go to 3D view, I can see it's the full height, right? That's not what I want. So I would push this down to the top of the window here and bring the bottom up to the bottom of the window here. Okay, and then for that wall obstruction that you make to be the window, this is where we would want to make it look like glass or have the materials of glass. So in this case, I'll specify color. Let's just go ahead and make it kind of like a light blue. And then we'll bring the alpha down so that it's transparent. So I'll bring it down to like 10% or something. And what we want to do is not permit holes on this. So we'll turn that off. And now we should have a solid that's semi-transparent that's in that hole. We can go into 2D front view just to make sure, we can be more careful with our alignment. So, maybe I want to pull this down a little bit and bring this down a little bit. Right, so we can just kind of clean it up. Once I have that, then if I wanted to make more windows at the same height in the same wall, you could grab that little combo. We could make a group out of this called, we'll call this window. Right, so I want these two to be in the window group. Now I could take that window and I can use my copy. So I'll right click into copy mode. And we'll say, I want it to go from here. I want another one like right over here. We can make more windows in the wall. So that's a way to do that. Door is similar to windows. So same deal here. I'll start with drawing my door hole. So just go across the width of the door, finish that, bring it up the height of the door that I want. and then add an obstruction or not, into that the same way we did with the window. Although this could maybe be a wood, a solid wood looking surface or something instead. So that's that. And then we'll put a little roof on it by using the slab tool. And I'll just click around the perimeter. Oh, I did an undo there. There we go. Click. And then we'll finish, close it. And now we have a little floor or ceiling slab on there. Right. So hopefully that's helpful. If you have any questions, please let us know.